The reason why I started this channel, I want people to practice a radical questioning of social norms and social ideals. One of those ideals is our obsession with celebrity. Our obsession with celebrity is uncanny, it's unmatched. It should be a universal case study done on the amount of time we spend either consciously or subconsciously trying to be like celebrity, or the amount of time we spend wanting to be celebrated like celebrities. Why do we do these things? Why is it important for us to project our ideals, our lack with their haves? Why should we even care about the things that they do? More often than not, I think most of the things celebrities do, especially off the camera, is rather normal activities people do. Now, there is some enhancements and there is some obvious things they have access to that the normal person does not have access to because of their wealth or perceived wealth, or because their checks are generally a lot bigger than you would get from working at any standardized job on the market. We have a need to connect our brains, our psyche, our thinking to what these people are doing. The problem is we don't ever question this, why we have this need. And this is the reason why I'm making this video. These things that these celebrities do are oftentimes cringe, full stop. The cringeness and the behaviors of these people is something that we probably wouldn't accept amongst people that we know. Case in point, Cynthia Erivo.
It just happens.
It's really emotional.
We can't help it. We're trying our best. But there's a lot of emotional things that happen, and we're just going with it.
And I'm only using this woman as an example because she's a thing right now. Cynthia Erivo is a thing, partly I think because she's a classically trained actress from the UK. I'm sure she's done a lot of theater. From the things I've read, she's been involved in multiple projects and multiple successful projects, meaning she's brought sales and revenue to whatever the production company responsible for creating the project. Good on her. The problem is Cynthia Erivo's social antics. And the only reason why I'm talking about her is because she's the thing. If we were to akin her behaviors to the normal person's behaviors, like I said, we would never accept these kind of things. Well, somebody of sound mind would probably not. At one time, Cynthia Erivo was involved in the Harriet Project. She was in the biopic of Harriet Tubman. The film didn't necessarily get rave reviews, especially amongst the black community. It just seemed like a very contrived attempt at making a project about Harriet just to capitalize on the social wave at the time, which was heavily activist aligned. I believe Harriet Tubman's, there was some talk about her being on the face of the $20 bill. I always thought that was an absolute joke. The problem we have, people like myself have with Cynthia Erivo, is her non-stop desperate attempts at social recognition and her self-aggrandizing. That's the problem. This woman is obsessed with being a victim, like a lot of women are. Like a lot of women are. And especially women who continually are fed the idea that they have power that they don't necessarily have, which is the classic textbook definition of self-aggrandizing. This is Cynthia Erivo's latest attempt at playing the victim.
Fan-made movie poster. As a fan chose to take the movie poster and make it similar to the musical's poster in Photoshop, and this is something that happens with almost every single blockbuster movie project ever, so it didn't seem like anything out of the ordinary until Cynthia Erivo chose to respond to the fan-made movie poster with this statement. This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting, equal to people posing the question, is your you-know-what green? And none of this is funny. None of it is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us. The original poster is an illustration. I am a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is a homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me, and that is just deeply hurtful.
There was absolutely no need for this, and there was no need for her to respond this way. She needs better PR people and better PR people as soon as possible. Because I think this woman has a certain amount of unhingedness that, if consistent, will ultimately jeopardize her career. And that's a sad thing because she's a very talented actress. On the surface, everything she does just seems like it's a desperate need to be seen. It's a desperate need to be accepted, and it's a desperate need to be sort of a contrarian. What do I want us to learn from this? Ultimately, I just want people to understand that you have to get to the bottom of why these things, which are ultimately and cosmically irrelevant, are important to you. People like Cynthia Erivo are cringe. Yes, they are. I would never actually support anything this woman does because she's cringe, especially after some of the antics she's done, using her celebrity as a crutch. But it's more important that we learn to just ignore these attempts to be seen. The kryptonite for self-aggrandizement, for someone who's self-absorbed, is pure apathy. That's the kryptonite. You shouldn't care about them. You shouldn't care about what they do. You shouldn't respond to what they do. I know that seems a bit ironic because I am making a video about the things that she's doing, but the video is for you to recognize that it's okay to ignore these people. It's okay not to care about them.